What is going on, my dudes? Dudettes is showing you that's not Serpentarium. So today I'm just gonna give you a little video on managing your expectations when you breed in snakes. It's something that I wish I knew a little bit more about before I started breeding and stuff like that. And it's not really like the end of the world or anything like that, but it's something that not everyone speaks about. So yeah, something I just wanted to touch on today. So obviously this year is my adult female spotted python, and she is absolutely gorgeous. She's doing really well. She has actually had a clutch of eggs recently, and one of them's actually been born now. I'll show you that later on in the video. But she had a clutch of eggs, and 14 of the 15 were actually infertile. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. Not everything will go to plan in this hobby when you are breeding snakes. You know, you'll get good seasons and bad seasons. You'll get good clutches and bad clutches. And that's something that not everyone realizes. You may be pairing 10 snakes up one year. You may be pairing up 2 snakes one year. But either case, you might not get any eggs. That's the real, you know, the truth of it. Well, you know, for example then, this year I've paired up my Dumerels boas. I've paired up 3 lots of rosies, 5 female ball pythons, the Max Kings, the Spotteds, and my Chinese beauties. So I don't even know how many that pairings that is. That's over 10. Two of the ball pythons definitely are not gonna go. They stopped eating too early, so they've lost far too much body weight now to be able to breed. They did this exact same thing last year as well. The Dumerels, the female does not show, she's not showing any signs at all that she is gravid at the moment. So you know that pattern's not going to come of anything. This girl, obviously, she did have a clutch, but the vast majority of the clutch were slugs. So you know that's basically a write-off. It does look like my Max and 2 of the Royals are going to go. The ball pythons, it looks like 2 of them are going to go. And I have seen some positive behaviour from all of the rosy boas. But again, we'll see what we get. And the Chinese beauties, then, it's not looking great for those to breed so far. So, you know, that's a good few pairings, but most of them, at least half, probably aren't gonna come of anything. You know, and that was a little bit disappointing for me, but it is just the reality of the hobby. You know, I did expect most of them to go. I expected about 75%, but that's not gonna happen now. You know, and it is a bit of a blow. It hurts, but it does make it more fun when things go right at the same time. So you will have good years and bad years when you're breeding snakes. That's just the way it goes, guys. And you know what you've got to remember as well is when you have your good years, you got to remember that's not you know, you're not obligated to have good years. That's a gift, if that makes sense. You know, so yeah, that's just some of my thoughts really on it. You do have to manage your expectations. Fortunately, you know, I think I'll get most of the holdbacks that I wanted, and that's the main thing. The only holdbacks I won't be able to get probably are the Dumerels boas, and I was hoping to get an albino Chinese beauty to keep for myself as well, but you know, you can't win them all, and there is always next year as well. That's something you've got to bear in mind. What else was I gonna talk about now? Sorry, this is a bit unorganized. Yeah, so I'll just show you. I'll put this girl away. I'll just quickly show you the baby spotted python. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say as well. Even when you get babies or eggs, I've had eggs fail. Most people have had eggs fail. And you know, when they hatch, sometimes you get deformed babies. I had 2 deformed ball pythons last year. You know, it does happen. And I've had, just a few weeks ago, I had a rosy boa from last year. She was just going downhill and downhill all the time until eventually she passed away. You know, it happens. Sometimes snakes, even though they're born healthy enough, they just whatever reason, they just don't have what it takes to thrive and do well. But this is the little spotted. Now he or she is shedded out. Really nice looking snake, to be honest. Over the moon with this little guy. In fact, I'll just quickly get my phone torch up, right, just so you've got better lighting, just for this little snake. There we go. Little spots and stuff. Really small snake, and it's quite nippy as well. So now it's had its first shed. I'm gonna try to give it a meal tomorrow. But you know, that's not guaranteed, is it? Do you know what I mean? So I just thought I'd tell you, like, if you are breeding snakes, definitely don't count them before they hatch, and definitely don't count them before the eggs have been laid or the snakes have been born, because you're not guaranteed to get any. You know, I've been paying the Dummerals up for 2 years and I haven't had any luck. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. Some snakes, you know, for whatever reason, maybe it's because my setup's wrong. You know, like this outdoor sort of thing that I've got here, maybe that's not quite right for them. Maybe my humidity's off. Maybe there's something in the environment that they don't like for some reason is putting them off breeding. I just don't know. You know, but that's just the way it goes, guys. Something else I wanted to quickly talk to you about as well is just my videos. So I haven't been pumping out the videos lately, and that's mainly because, well, actually, I'll get a snake out to talk to you. Actually, no, I won't. Yeah, I haven't been pumping out the videos recently. I've had a lot of issues with my computer, as some of you may know. I had a lot of issues with the software a few months ago as well. It just wouldn't work. And then recently I've had an absolute metric ton of university work to do. Obviously I finish in June, early June, so that'll be sorted then, and I'm hoping to find a job straight away. But if I don't, then I'll be free to make as many YouTube videos as I want. With regards to when I find a job, I'll build to get into a better pattern then of, you know, when I can actually make videos and when I can't, because with university, yeah, it's probably less intense than working overall, but you get some weeks where you're just really snowed under, whereas if you're just working 40 hours a week, you know, at the same sort of times and stuff, you know exactly where you are every week, and you can sort of prepare for that then better, for making content and, you know, managing your collection and whatever else you've got to do. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.